We've had some big moves this past week. Netflix dropping 10% and Nvidia dropping by 4%. But what does that mean? Are these stocks oversold, or is this a sign of a further decline? I'm going to dive into the charts now and give you an informed opinion on whether or not you should be buying or selling these stocks right now. So let's jump into the charts. We have the 3-screen setup here. So the top left-hand chart is the monthly time frame, and here we can see major levels of support and resistance marked on the charts. And on the weekly time frame, in the top right hand corner, we have the trend filter bars. So green when we are seeing bullish momentum, red when we're seeing bearish momentum, and gray when price is pulling back or in an area of consolidation. And the same with the daily time frame. Along the bottom we have green, gray and red trend filter colors, and on the weekly and daily we have moving averages as well. So the blue line is the 20 simple moving average, the orange line is the 50 simple moving average, and the black line is the 200 simple moving average. So let's jump in and look at the S&P 500. The S&P is the US index and gives us an overall picture of how the market is performing. So let's look at the monthly time frame for the S&P. The long-term trend for the S&P is bullish, but right now price remains inside this area of consolidation. So after reaching an all-time high in January 2022 of $4,819, price started to decline and found support in October 2022 at a level of $3,491. So price has remained inside this wide area of consolidation since January 2022. We have seen a recovery. So since this low, price has now risen by around 27% and climbing. But it does appear that this bullish momentum has slowed down since August. The price at the moment is looking weak and moving sideways for now. But because the prior move was bullish, we're anticipating a continuation towards the all-time high. On the weekly time frame, the trend filter bars are gray, so we can see an area of consolidation here marked by the color of the bars, and price is above the 50 and the 200 simple moving averages. So here, back at the low period in October 2022, price also found support at the weekly 200 simple moving average. We're seeing price rise since then, moving above the 50 simple moving average and gaining momentum, forming this pattern of higher highs and higher lows. So although there seems to be some hesitation around this area, we are expecting to see this bullish move continue. But if price breaks down below this low of August at $4,338, then we may see further weakness in the S&P. On the daily time frame, the last candle is grey, and we can also see a mixture of trend filter colors, because when price consolidates, we will see a mixture of green, greys and reds. And what we can also see here is Friday was bearish but has found support at the 20 simple moving average. So we want to see a bounce from this level and a move back to the upside. And if price is able to gain momentum to the upside, we want to see a break and close above this recent high at $4,607. But overall, the S&P is in a long-term bullish move. So we just need to apply some patience and wait for that breakout of the all-time high. So let's look at the first stock on the list, Netflix. So Netflix has suffered a 10% decline this past week. So we're going to see whether or not this is a buying opportunity or whether we should stand aside. So looking at the monthly time frame, not the best looking chart here. We can see it has a history of trends all the way up until we had this all-time high in November 2021 at a level of around $700. And then from this all-time high, price went into a decline. So all the way from November 2021 all the way through to May 2022, price during this period declined by 76%. So a very steep decline, breaking down through major levels of support. But after price formed this low in May 2022, price has been able to climb back to the upside and so far risen by 143%. In July, the price had actually moved up almost 200%, but it's currently now standing around 143%. So looking at this month's candle, we can see a bearish candle off, and what we can also see, the price moved above the monthly PIV 9 level, which was previously resistance at $422. But then the seller's forced price back down has now moved back below this level, which is now turned into resistance once again. So we need to see price break up through this level before it resumes this previous bullish move. So looking at the monthly time frame, not the best looking chart. We can't clearly identify a trend overall. Yes, price has been moving to the upside, but is not above the previous all-time high. So we still need to see price break above major levels of resistance. So the first one is this level already mentioned. Then we have the $500 round number. And then we have last year's high. So the highest point for 2022 at $610. So that's 1, 2, 3 levels of resistance. Then we have the all-time high, making it the 4th level of resistance. We need price to break through the all-time high at $700. So looking at the overall move on the monthly time frame, this is not a stock which we will look to place positions in until we start to see a trend and until we start to see major levels of resistance being broken. On the weekly time frame, the bars are currently grey. Price has now dived below the 200 simple moving average. So this is now a major level of resistance. We also need to see price move above this level, and price at the moment is just in this area of consolidation. If we continue to see a decline, then we have the 50 simple moving average below price, which could help to provide some level of support, but overall we still need to see major levels of resistance broken. And on the daily time frame, we have a mixture of trend filter bars. Remember, when price consolidates, we will usually see a mixture of greens, grays and reds. Price is below the 20 and 50 simple moving averages and is still above the 200 simple moving average. But if we continue to see weakness, then we may see price move down to the 200 simple moving average. So based on all 3 time frames, there's no clear trend on the monthly time frame. The weekly and daily are indicating areas of consolidation, so we clearly need to stand aside from taking any positions in Netflix until we start to see major levels of resistance being broken. So the last chart on the list is Nvidia. So Nvidia is playing a major role in the artificial intelligence area, and if you look at the monthly time frame, this stock does have a history of long-term trends, and right now price is in a trend. We had this break above this major level of resistance. We call this the monthly PIV 9 level at $346. This was the highest point from November 2021. So price broke through this level in May this year, continued this bullish move all the way through to August, where it created an all-time high of $500, and then we started to see a decline in Nvidia prices, formed this big bearish candle for September so far. So we'll have to see how the candle closes by the end of the month. But what we want to see before the end of the month is a bounce to the upside, a long wick below the candle, which will indicate a continuation to the upside. So if price closes as a reversal candle, then we're likely to see the resumption of this previous bullish move. On the weekly time frame, the bars are grey. Price is above the 50 and 200 simple moving averages, and here we can see price has been pulling back, forming some deep declines, and this is the reason why the bars have turned grey. So when we see a deep decline, we usually see grey candles as well. So we had this deep decline here in August, middle of August, but then the trend resumed and the bars turned green again. Now we're seeing grey candles. So if price is able to find support and move to the upside, we should see more green candles on the way. So going down to the daily time frame now, the recent candle was red, and prior to that we had some grey candles because price formed these deep declines, and price also moved below the 20 and 50 simple moving averages on both occasions. So here back in August, which I mentioned on the weekly time frame, we had a deep decline. The bars turned red before finding support around $400 and resuming the bullish move. And recently again, prices moved below the 20 and 50 simple moving averages. Friday closed bearish, so we may see further declines, but as long as price does not break down below this recent low from August 15th at $403, then we should eventually see the resumption of the longer term bullish moves. So price is looking strong here for Nvidia, much better looking chart than Netflix. Yes, we're starting to see deeper declines because if we look at this trending period here, price mainly used the 20 simple moving average as support, but now we can see prices move not only towards the 50 simple moving average, but beyond the 50 simple moving average as well. So we're seeing a change in the behavior of this asset. So this may be an indication of the momentum slowing down, but until we start to see previous lows being broken, this is still a bullish move, and we're anticipating a break and close above this recent high from around the $500 round number. A break and close above this level should see a continuation to the upside. Hope you enjoyed today's video analysis. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and also hit that notification icon so that you can catch all of our videos as soon as they are uploaded to the channel. See you all on the next video analysis.